All right, I'm going to graph one more piecewise function for you. This one has 3 parts. Piecewise functions can have as many parts as they feel like having, so we're going to draw one that has 3 parts. Again, I'm going to start off by pretending that I don't know that I'm in a piecewise function. I'm going to graph all 3 of these functions by themselves. So I'm going to start off with 1 minus x. All right, so 1 minus x, it might be easier for you to think of that as being negative x plus 1, so it looks more like the equation of the line than it is. And negative x plus 1 has a y-intercept at 1, and then a slope of negative 1. So I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 1, down 1 and to the right 1. And again, I'm just thinking of that slope as being negative 1 over 1. So down and to the right, or you could go up and to the left if you wanted to do that. Up 1 to the left 1, up 1 to the left 1. And then we just want to fill that in with a straight line. All right, next up is y equals 2x. That's another line. Again, if you want to think of that as being 2x plus 0. So that's a line with a y-intercept of 0 and a slope of 2. So we'll think of that as being 2 over 1, up 2 to the right 1. So we're going to go up 2 and to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. We could kind of keep that pattern going. If we wanted to, we could go down 2 and to the left 1. So down 2 to the left 1, down 2 to the left 1. And then again, straight line, we're going to fill that in with a straight line. All right, our last piece is just a 6, right? So how does that graph look? That's just the line y equals 6. That's the equation that answers 6 for everything. Y is always 6. No matter what x question you ask it, the answer is always 6. This is a horizontal line up at y equals 6. So I'm going to go up to y equals 6 and draw myself a horizontal line. All right, so now we need to do our Frankenstein job. What I've got here definitely doesn't pass the vertical line test. We need to only keep the parts that f of x is asking for. So we'll start off with our blue pen. Our line 1 minus x in blue, we only want to keep that for x less than or equal to negative 1. So again, I'm going to go to the bottom of my graph and shade x less than negative 1. Again, this is just scratch work for my own benefit here. I'm just saying this is the part of the paper that I want. All right, next up is our pink graph. We only want 2x if x is between negative 1 and 3, but not equal to either one. So in between negative 1 and 3 with open circles at either end. We're going to say open circle here and then up to 1, 2, 3, open circle at 3. And then our orange graph, y equals 6. We only want that one if x is bigger than 3. So we're going to say, okay, bigger than but not equal to. So another open circle, and bigger than 3 means forever in the other direction. So now I'm just going to take my final answer pen and trace over the appropriate parts of the graphs. All right, so blue graph first. I want to start off at negative 1. So I'm going to go up and fill in a circle at negative 1. And the blue line goes to the left. So from that filled in circle, we're going to go to the left. All right, and once we've done our final answer pen, we can get rid of our scratch work in blue. So I'm going to erase everything here that I've got in blue. And we'll move on to our pink line. All right, so the pink line is only between negative 1, x equals negative 1, and x equals positive 3. So I'm going to go up to the line. X equals negative 1, I'm down here at negative 2. And at positive 3, I'm up here at 6. And I just want to keep the parts that are in between those two open circles. So let's fill in that line with our final answer pen. All right, and then I'll get rid of all of my pink scratch graph. All right, orange graph time. So I'm going to go at x equals 3 with an open circle. I've actually already got that open circle there. They're going to just share an open circle, and that's fine. And then we want to go to the right. So I'm going to copy over on that orange line, only shading to the right. All right, and then we'll get rid of our scratch work, erasing the orange. And there's our final graph. And again, this passes the vertical line test. It's got a nice hole in the middle of it at 3,6, and that's fine. Sometimes piecewise functions do. We use these piecewise functions a ton as we're learning about how to find the limit of a function. So we want to have a good understanding of how to come up with their graphs. I know that for you, graphing on your paper is not quite as easy to just erase your scratch work. So if you want to have a clean sheet of graph paper nearby to copy your final answer onto, that might be helpful. All right, I'll see you in class.